Friendship is the base of a great relationship.
I agree.
And if you don't have friendship, you don't have, you just, to me, you're just waiting for it to crash. Because
I have a question. When you think about two people that are no longer married, and the very thing that started your marriage was the friendship, the connection, and now still having that after divorce, do you think it's possible for people that have been divorced or heading towards divorce to still recapture or rekindle their relationship after they've gone through the learning process, of course, and the self-work and maybe counseling and healing? Do you think that it's possible to kind of get back in that zone? Because if you're still friends and you still have some sort of a connection and you've done the work.
I'm gonna go first on this one.
Do you think it's possible for the relationship to be restored?
It all starts with a choice.
I agree.
Friendship is the base of a great relationship.
I agree.
And if you don't have friendship, you don't have, to me, you're just waiting for it to crash. Because your relationship has to fall back on something. It falls back on friendship.
That's good.
So, that I'm gonna tell you, one of the things that we have not lost is the level of respect to how we speak to each other. No matter what. It never went gutter. No. Because at the end of the day, that's my friend. And I had a limit on what I said. I didn't have a limit on what the hell I did, but I had a limit on what I said. So, but the idea is,
that's really good.
I knew, and the purpose of not talking is, the talking part wouldn't have bettered our friendship.
Okay.
It wouldn't have bettered our, we had to wait. And that was the only reason I spoke to her, because I missed my friend. I didn't miss my wife. I missed my friend. So when you don't have a friendship, you are asking for trouble. So
Door to door.
and enabled it once you eliminate, I mean, that is just, it is so important. And when I watch people go from hello to a relationship in 3 weeks, that doesn't make sense to me.
There was a little part of me when you used to say that used to be like, I don't agree with that, but I'm realizing, Paul, you got a huge point.
Yeah.
Because there was a little bit of part, you probably didn't know it, but there was a little part of me used to be like, no.
I could tell because you had a little stank. Look on
Yeah,
your face.
because
I play the videos back.
but I started to, over time, I was talking to Khadijah, and I said, Paul had a point. When you think about dating, especially as you're older now, you realize, you need to slow
Oh, absolutely.
slow down and
I've
really.
always had a 90-day rule, but now I need to know you for a year. I need to know you. I need to see how you interact with your family, with your children, with your friends, at your job.
Yeah. Do you think it's because of the time that we're living in, or you think it's just because that's just how you would have always been?
No, I've always been that way, except for with Paul.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's
That's
the only
right.
one who got right in the door.
The one.
The only one who got right in the door.
See, that's what you're not prepared for the one.
Yeah.
You're not prepared for the one, and when the one show up, they'll make you break all the rules. However, it doesn't say you cannot evaluate the one.
Exactly.
Because people are like, hey, this is the one, then everything goes with the one. No. Now the process starts to evaluating the one just like everybody else.
Yes.
That's a different
And if
perspective.
we don't do that, then you're headed for the one is the person that can vibe, connect with you, sometimes just physically. So that's just the one. Girl, he made me do this and do that, and I've never done that before, or things like that, or I never just went out and spent that kind of money with somebody. I just wanted to do it for this person.
You talked about that in your book.
Yes.
You talked about
And you have to be mindful, when you run into the one, go ahead and hit the evaluation button. Because if you want to keep them, you're going to have to do that. If not, you're going to be a victim of not being the investigator and the evaluator.
Absolutely.
And now you're emotionally invested, and now it comes to crash and burn. Then there's no friendships, and then they get to walk off.
I
Right.
have a question for you. You said that when you guys divorced, that you missed your friend, not your wife. Do you think that it's different for women? Do you think when you guys were separated and divorced, did you have that same feeling, or were you able to?
Did I miss him?
Like, I know you probably missed them because women, we're emotional. You know, we're more emotional, connected. But did you have, because men seem to be.
cut you off.
Oh, okay. Because I know, because I was asking,
I'm not that emotional.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, in terms of, like, he was able to disconnect my wife and my friend. Mm-hmm. Is it easy for you as a woman to say the same thing? I miss my friend, and not necessarily say I miss my husband. Were you able to?
Yeah, disconnect? I was able to do that when we walked out of court. I wasn't his wife anymore, so I couldn't miss something that I wasn't. But as his friend, and I was upset with him that he didn't speak to me for 2 years.
Gotcha.
And I would try to find out through our children, how is your dad doing? And, is he dating? And is he okay? And not that I'm trying to, crash his party or anything, but because I was genuinely concerned, because I care about him.
So you know what happened, right?
Yeah, they was like, "Now we ain't getting in this."
Right. Don't ask me, call him, call her. Right. Yes. I mean, I remember asking the same question. How your mama doing?
Right.
You be not asking about mother. Right. Yeah, you better call her. And then eventually I just had to call.
Yeah.
But
wait, let me finish.
Go ahead.
And so I did miss my friend, and what I missed was the conversations where I could come to him and I say, "Hey, this is what's going on," and he would give me advice, good, bad, or indifferent.
I used to give you advice about me.
Yeah.
Wow.
The truth is the truth. Oh my goodness! If we could just live in truth, regardless if it's you or not, because if you speak the truth. Now, here's what should have happened was, I spoke the truth. I should have lived the truth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I spoke the truth, but I didn't live the truth. Because you asked. And then that's how you do it. But you can't ask for a better friend.
So that goes back to my original question that I asked before we ended the tape the last time. Do you think there's a possibility for people that have been or is going down that road to restore your relationship? Because you guys seem like the connection is still there. The love is definitely still there. Yes. You guys definitely have a oneness that is still very evident.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that there would ever be a possibility that you guys would restore?
I don't.
Oh, restore our marriage?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about some other people.
Right.
I thought you were saying.
Get a Bree.
If I could record y'all face, oh my gosh. It was like, yes, we're friends. What?
Right. What I thought you were saying was people who are on the track of divorce or separating or have already experienced turmoil, can they get on track to be friends? And I'm saying absolutely yes, they can, because it's a choice. And the choice that you make is that we are not married, and he is my friend. So I have to respect his space. I have to respect his choices. I have to respect who he's dating. And if I want to be a part of his life, then I have to stay in my lane.
But no, I mean, I get that. I mean, like, because love is not something that it takes time to build love.
No, it doesn't.
And
I loved him from, remember.
Well, real love. I mean, you can be infatuated with
someone. No, that's raw love. That is raw love.
Well, I mean, I get it. I got it.
No, what I mean is,
this is what I'm saying. The way you guys unite. Do you think that it's a possibility? Because the way I see you guys connect, I still see that you guys could still. Like, is that a bad thing? Like,
it's not.
Is that
my
you
friends?
guys? Look,
I just told Paul yesterday.
You smile when each other talk. You answer each other's questions. The affirmation that I see you give.
And so I just said to Paul, on our way back, or was it on the way to South Carolina?
On the way to South Carolina.
I was talking to my friend Portia, and I met her when Paul and I first got married and moved to Whidbey Island. Mm-hmm. And so she said to me, because I was telling her about the book and all the things that we're doing, and she's so happy, and she always wants us to be together as husband and wife, because she just feels like that's what we should be doing. Yeah. And she was like, so you guys are writing this book and you're going to go through all this stuff. And as you said, y'all can get back together after this, because you'll have everything out, as if everything is not already out and we're not already healed. We are. And we understand where we are in each other's lives, and we understand what it is that we desire to do in our own lives. And so with all of that, we can be this loving friendship couple. Mm-hmm. We can be this co-parents. We can be the grandparents that we need. We can build the legacy we desire for our children. we can make each generation better. And we don't have to be living in the same house and be married to do that. We just have to have the same mindset.
Truth be told, the level of pain I endured was only second to the level of pain I got from my mother. Those two levels, never, ever, ever want to revisit again. Mm-hmm. I would rather have my friendship with her where it is than attempt to be married again and fail again. I'm sorry, I just can't. I understand what your question is. I'm asked that all the time.
Because you said when you talk about you failed, yeah, you may have failed, but you've also done a lot of things right.
But there's a cost to failure. Mm-hmm. I told you what I did. Mm-hmm. It wasn't my cost. My personal cost to my failure. I can't even verbalize it so that people can understand that sometimes when a man loses his love, I'm sorry, you can verbalize it, because you look at every man out there having jacked up relationships who didn't understand the love that he lost and what he has become. Those the men you are complaining about that are ignorant deceivers raised up on your time that hurt you because he's going to go someplace else and learn something else. Those are those men. Because the only thing different I did than most men I meet is I stayed put for 2 years. And I worked on me because I never wanted that pain. Pain I gave her, the pain I gave my kids. So, am I siding to emotional caution? That's exactly what I'm doing. So the friendship I have, it'll never go anywhere. But husband and wife, I don't ever want to do that again.
You don't ever want to be married?
I don't know if I...
Because I look at it as...
Wait one second. The word is emotional safety for men. Mm-hmm. Emotional safety.
Okay.
So if I don't feel emotionally safe, it's not going to happen.